This is T again, and I want to show you the key points of our syllabus. You're responsible for everything in the syllabus, but I am looking at our cultural geography class, and I'm looking at the course information start here folder, and I need you to click on that and go along with me. The cultural geography syllabus is right here, and it will show up if you open it up and give it some time. There we go. Okay, so you have all the standard stuff on a syllabus that you need. You have phone numbers, you have contact information and locations. Since we are a summer class, you are going to be texting me, not at this number listed on the syllabus, but at the number that's plastered all over the Blackboard class. And so please look at that. You've got all the basic information that you need. We do have a textbook. It's linked in our class, however. An ebook is linked in our class. And so here's the information about that. If you don't like ebooks, we have a short semester, so I would suggest you get right on this immediately. Contact the bookstore and they can get you a different copy. Although if you don't, the automatic copy that they'll get you is loose leaf. So if you don't like that, then ask them specifically for something else. Anyway, so this class has learning outcomes that go along with the college's expectations for what I'm supposed to teach you, and the college's expectations are based on what the state of Arkansas has mandated in our course transfer system. And so we have certain learning outcomes that I'm going to be working on with you in this class. And so they're listed in the syllabus, and you will also find in every single lesson folder that we go through, I've broken down those learning outcomes into smaller chunks because we work on them slowly. We work on them in smaller chunks throughout the semester to try to build to completing all of these in total by the end of the semester. And so you've got all those learning outcomes listed there. I have them listed for you again in various places in the class also. I've got some communication guidelines and some rules. We are an online class, and so we're just going to use online etiquette as often as possible. Our online netiquette, I think is what they say. I just want you to be polite and friendly and professional. And here's a hint. A professional interaction, business-like interaction, is friendly interaction. It might be slightly more formal than it is with you and your buddies sitting around watching the World Cup or something, but it's always friendly. And so we will have that type of communication, whether we are talking to each other, whether we're making a video for each other, whether we are typing something in a discussion board, or you are writing a paper for me or something. It's just going to be completely professional, which is polite and friendly and respectful. And so that's what these rules basically say. I do want to point out number 6, which is about academic integrity. It's about academic honesty. You have to do your own work. We are going to use AI in this course, but you're only going to use it when I give you the go-ahead to do that. And so that's what some of this academic integrity section says. You are going to do your own work, because when you do your own work, that's when you grow and you're able to become an adult and live to your fullest potential that you know you can when you push yourself just a little bit. And I'm going to be here with you, helping you do that. So please make sure that you familiarize yourself with the academic integrity section of the syllabus, because it talks about how you're going to do your own work. And unfortunately, it also talks about what will happen to folks when they don't do their own work. So that's bad. So please don't be one of those people. Okay. So also, let's talk about how are you going to earn points in this class. You're going to earn hopefully a full 600 points in this class. That's the A+ level, is 600 points. But you're going to do it slowly over the course of the semester. And so actually, even though I start out with these 4 unit assignments, let me skip this and come back to it. Let me start with number 2 on the list and number 3, because those are the things that you're going to get slowly with each lesson folder. You've got 10 reflection journals that you're required to do. There are 16 opportunities, but you only have to do 10 of the 16. And so please read this section carefully on your syllabus. There is another short video that I'm posting for you that goes over the instructions about how to do the reflection journals, and it tells you how to choose topics and that kind of thing. But please make sure that you realize and you see here that you're supposed to skip some of them. So if you skip one, even if you didn't intend to skip one, you can't go back and make it up. You just have to pick up up with where you left off and start from there earning your points again. So you choose when you're going to do the 16, which of the 16 opportunities you're going to do, but you only have to do 10 of the 16 opportunities. I'll tell you more in the next video. Let me go on to the quizzes. The quizzes are the same thing as the reflection journals. You have an opportunity to do a quiz with every single lesson folder. Every single folder, you have an opportunity to do a quiz. And there are 17 quizzes, so there's 170 points of opportunities to take quizzes, but I'm only going to count 100 points. That means I'm only going to count 10 quizzes. You take as many quizzes as you're able to take. Try not to skip any quizzes. Try not to skip any reflection journals that you want to do. But try not to skip any quizzes. And at the end of the semester, I'm going to look at all your quiz scores and I'm going to throw out the 7 low ones and I'm only going to keep your 10 high ones. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the reflection journal video, so we'll come back to that later. At the end of every unit, which is about every 4 lesson folders, 3 lesson folders, 4 lesson folders, something like that, at the end of every unit, you have a unit assignment that covers all of the topics from the first weekly lesson or the first set of lessons in that unit to the last set of lessons. It uses all of the information from your notes. It uses all the information from your reflection journals. It uses all the information from the quizzes, and it puts it together in one big project or one big assessment tool, one big assignment, and you're supposed to complete it, maybe evaluate or analyze a short video or an article that I give you to read, answer questions that relate to the topics that we've covered in that particular module. And so each unit assignment covers all of the learning outcomes that each of the weekly folders had during that particular module. I will explain this more as we get to our first weekly lesson. Okay, so you can't make up quizzes or reflection journals if you skip them. There will be a limited available time period for you to make up a unit assignment if you skip it or miss the deadline. But I will be in contact with you, or you will be in contact with me to figure out what that window of opportunity is for you to make up that unit assignment. But the small stakes, the low stakes assignments, meaning, I have it written here, low stakes reflection journals and quizzes, meaning they're only 10 points at a time. There are no makeups, there are no redos for any of those assignments. If you skip it, if you don't follow the instructions, so you don't earn credit because you've not used that checklist that you're supposed to use to make sure you get credit. If you don't get credit, or if you've skipped it, you cannot make it up. You are supposed to skip some of the opportunities during the semester, and so that's why you don't make up those low stakes things. And we will work together to make sure that you complete the unit assignments, if at all possible, so that you can get those big. Those are 100 points at a time. There's 400 points for all 4 of the unit assignments. They're 400 each, so there's 400 points of unit assignments, and there's 100 points each of quizzes, 100 points each of reflection journals. Okay, and that's how you get your 600 points in the class. So I'm looking forward to that for you. Please look at the tentative course schedule. It's tentative because, we'll modify it if we need to. But in general, you've got the due dates for these assignments and also the course learning outcomes that they align to. So even when you're taking notes on the lessons that are required or the reading assignment, if there is a reading assignment that goes along with the lessons, I have told you here on this, I am telling you here on this schedule that the notes and the video lessons and the reading assignment in the first weekly folder, or the first lesson folder, go along with CLOs 1 and 2 for the class. And therefore, your quiz and your reflection journal also measure CLO 1 and 2, or 1 or 2, as you can see as it's listed here. Okay, so please go through and look at all of that. In other words, to make a long story short, there is no busy work in this class. Everything that I have made for you as far as video lessons, or picked out pages of the textbook for you to read, or curated a video that I did not create myself, but it has great content that goes along with the information that we need to learn about in this class. If it's in your weekly folder, if it's in your lesson folder, it goes along with one of the course learning outcomes that you're working toward this semester. So none of it's busy work. So don't skip over any of it. I know you're going to put me on double speed, so I talk as fast as I possibly can. That's not necessarily in your benefit because you have to cite notes. You have to take notes on the reading. You have to take notes on the lectures. All of your assignments are going to be open book, open notes, but only open book, open notes. No Googling, no AI unless I give you that instruction to do it. And so that's how you are going to develop your gorgeous brain this semester and earn as many of those 600 points as you possibly can. Please, please, please do that. I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to be here with you. Text me, and we will get started on our road to success. Okay, so the very last few pages of this syllabus have some very important campus policies that I follow, that you're required to follow. Very good resource information that you need, like how to contact a police officer if you're on campus and you need some help, or how to report a compliment or a concern or a complaint that you might have. If you need an accommodation in order to be successful in class, we'll do that for you. That's vitally important. We're going to do that kind of thing for you. So yes, we need to please look at all of this and make sure that we've got your back. We are doing everything we possibly can at UAPTC for you to be successful. Not only me as the instructor of this class, not only do I want you to be successful with the material, but everything else. We have a resource for you. And so if you have any questions, please contact me. Please click on the links that I have available to you in our Blackboard shell. You've got other information in here, not just the course syllabus, but you've got these reflection journal and quiz instructions. You've got a quick reference. You've got all kinds of UAPTC student resources, technology recommendations. It is all here, people. And so please make sure that you click through so you can understand how UAPTC works, what I'm going to do for you, how I work for you, and how you're going to work with me to be wildly successful. And I will see you in the next one.